Okay, here we are back again with more Dragon Age Origins. And in the last episode, we killed Colgrim, the apparent other leader, probably the military leader of the cultists. But not before he informed us that the Andraste that they worship is actually a dragon. So they were dragon cultists, obviously. And now we're going to exit to the mountaintop, because why not? This is impressive. Oh dear. Yep, that sure is a dragon. Uh-huh. However, she doesn't seem to be terribly interested in us. So that's something, I guess, for a start. Also, where's my dog? I just realized that I haven't had my dog in a while. I don't know why. Let's get the dog. Yeah, there we go. Good job. Hi, Barkspawn. Glad to see you, buddy.
They say music soothes the savage beast, but I'm not going to test that theory.
We do have this horn. This horn of Colgrim's, which apparently summons this dragon. Should we try it? I don't know, guys. Maybe we should try it. I mean, I do have Life Ward now, or Wynn has Life Ward, which is useful. Don't have a lot of health poultices, though. Can I make some health poultices? No, not really. I don't have any elf fruit on me. Admittedly, I don't have to. I don't have to do this now. I can certainly come back some other time and do it. But you know, it's been a long time since I've done this. I have done it before, successfully, usually with this team. So I mean, I can try it. If it doesn't work, then we can skip it for now and come back. We're also getting really close to being full on our inventory, which is a problem, actually. I might actually wait to come back to this when I have, a little bit more of an empty inventory on me, because this inventory is really full right now. And basically I kind of want to wait to sell stuff pretty much until I get back to camp. I prefer to sell in camp as opposed to selling around here, or even destroying items, because I don't want to destroy items because they're worth good money. And we still got actually quite a ways to go before we get to the end of this. I think maybe we'll come back to this later. We'll come back to this later when I have an emptier inventory. Let's put it that way. Because I'm really close to being full up on inventory right now, so let's just continue onwards. And we'll deal with the dragon later. This place is called the Gauntlet, apparently. Because why not? I'm sure we'll find out why it's called the Gauntlet.
What is this place? It's different from the rest of the ruins.
Yeah, it is. I couldn't tell you why, though. Let's save. And, okay. there we go.
I bid you welcome, pilgrim.
Yes. I'm here for the Urn of Sacred Ashes.
You have come to honor Andraste.
Sure, yes.
And you shall, if you prove yourself worthy.
I need the ashes to cure a noble man.
Still, you must prove yourself worthy.
Okay.
It is not my place to decide your worthiness. The Gauntlet does that. If you are found worthy, you will see the urn and be allowed to take a small pinch of the ashes for yourself. If not...
What is the Gauntlet?
The Gauntlet tells the true pilgrims from the false. You will undergo 4 tests of faith, and we shall see how your soul fares.
Can you tell me anything else about this Gauntlet?
You will understand what it is when you face it.
Very well, I will enter the Gauntlet.
Before you go, there is something I must ask. I see that the path that led you here was not easy.
Well, that's true.
There is suffering in your past. Your suffering, and the suffering of others.
That's also very true.
You betrayed Jowan to Irving.
Yes.
He was almost killed. And he lost the one thing that mattered. Lily. Jowan trusted you.
Well, screw you.
Tell me, do you think you failed Jowan?
Yeah, you know, I think by this point she's maybe starting to question herself a little bit. She thought she was trying to do the right thing, but I don't think she felt, in the end, I don't think she felt like it was really the right thing. So, I think she's gonna say, at this point, I think she's, like, if he'd asked this of her in the beginning, she might have said, that he would, you know, he should have known I would do the right thing. But I think ultimately, at this point, especially after seeing him again in Redcliffe, she's gonna have a different answer, and it's gonna be, yes, he was my friend. I should not have betrayed him.
Thank you. That is all I wish to know.
You are too hard on yourself.
No, it's okay, Alistair.
Accept your failings, but do not let them govern your life.
You could not have known what would happen. You did what you thought was best.
And what of those that follow you?
I don't know, what of them?
Alistair, Knight, and Warden. You wonder if things would have been different if you were with Duncan on the battlefield. You could have shielded him from the killing blow. You wonder, don't you, if you should have died and not him?
Yes.
Oh.
If Duncan had been saved and not me, everything would be better. If I just had the chance, maybe I...
Ask your question, Guardian. I am ready.
You are ever the advisor, ready with a word of wisdom. Do you wonder if you spout only platitudes, burned into your mind in the distant past? Perhaps you are only a tool, used to spread the word of the Circle and the Chantry. Does doubt ever chip away at your truths?
You frame the statement in the form of a question, yet you already know our answers. There is no sense in hiding, is there? Yes, I do doubt at times. Only the fool is completely certain of himself.
And you? Why do you say the Maker speaks to you? When all
dear.
know that the Maker has left. He spoke only to Andraste. Do you believe yourself her equal?
I never said that.
In Orlais, you were someone.
Oh boy.
In Lothering, you feared you would lose yourself, become a drab sister, and disappear. When your brothers and sisters of the cloister criticized you for what you professed, you were hurt, but you also reveled in it. It made you special. You enjoyed the attention, even if it was negative.
You're saying that I made it up For the attention? I did not. I know what I believe.
The way is open.
Haha. Rile her
luck.
up a little bit, okay.
And may you find what you seek.
Well, thanks, Mr. Guardian. That was helpful. Not. The Maker's first children. Okay, sure. Anything else in here before we go? Okay. Suppose we should try to continue on then. Ooh, interesting. Ah, yes. Okay. Let's talk to these people.
Echoes from a shadow realm, whispers of things yet to come. Thought's strange sister dwells in night, is swept away by dawning light. Of what do I speak?
Well, sounds like dreams to me.
A dream came upon me as my daughter slumbered beneath my heart. It told of her life, and of her betrayal and death. I am sorrow and regret. I am a mother weeping bitter tears for a daughter she could not save.
So, these are all figures from Andraste's life. That was Brona, her mother. Yeah. And they are all telling us, via their riddles, they're telling us snippets of Andraste's life and story. Of course, Andraste is the prophet of the Chantry. She's kind of a weird amalgam of, like, Jesus Christ and Muhammad and Joan of Arc. And she's sort of the founder of the major religion here, of course. And it's her ashes that we're looking for, so naturally these would be here. It's a pretty sort of obvious thing. The riddles are all pretty easy. I haven't failed them in a long time. If you fail them, you have to fight a ash wraith, I think, or something like that. But otherwise it doesn't really make any difference. But let's continue with Elise.
The smallest lark could carry it, while a strong man might not. Of what do I speak?
A song, a tune.
Yes, I was Andraste's dearest friend in childhood, and always we would sing. She celebrated the beauty of life, and all who heard her would be filled with joy. They say the Maker himself was moved by Andraste's song, and then she sang no more of simple things.
That's pretty sad, actually. Like, kind of sucks to be her, honestly. Thane Shartan.
I'd neither a guest nor a trespasser be. In this place I belong, that belongs also to me. Of what do I speak?
Home.
It was my dream for the people to have a home of their own, where we would have no masters but ourselves. The enemy of my enemy is my friend, and thus we followed Andraste against the Imperium. But she was betrayed, and so were we.
Shartan is one of the more fascinating figures in Dragon Age lore for me. He was an elf, a former slave, who was a disciple of Andraste's. He was the elven disciple. And he led a group of elves he followed Andraste and led a large group of elves. And, of course, Andraste, a big part of what she did was she led a big revolt, a slave revolt in Tevinter, or against the Tevinter Imperium. And so a lot of slaves, elven slaves specifically, rose up and answered her call. But now, and of course, Shartan, there's a lot of writings, religious writings ascribed to Shartan, but none of them are considered canonical anymore. They're all apocryphal. They've all sort of been excised from the official version of the Chant of Light, and a lot of his teachings are kind of considered heretical in the Dragon Age universe. So he's a really interesting figure, and a very mysterious figure. Let's put it that way. A very mysterious figure, because no one really knows much about him. Let us continue and speak with Lady Vasilia.
An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. The debt of blood must be paid in full. Of what do I speak?
Revengeance.
Yes, my husband Hysarion would have chosen a quick death for Andraste. I made him swear that she would die publicly with her war leaders, that all would know the Imperium's strength. I am justice. I am vengeance. Blood can only be repaid in blood.
I think that's interesting. I don't really know much about her. We don't talk about her much isn't spoken of much in sort of the writings about Andraste. Here's Mafrath. Mafrath was Andraste's human husband.
A poison of the soul, passion's cruel counterpart. From love she grows, till love lies slain. Of what do I speak?
Sounds like jealousy to me.
Yes, jealousy drove me to betrayal. I was the greatest general of the Alamari, but beside her I was nothing. Hundreds fell before her on bended knee. They loved her, as did the Maker. I loved her too. But what man can compare with a god?
So that's sort of the general story. The idea is that Mafrath was her husband, and he got really jealous because she was getting all this glory and was sort of taking credit for his military victories, and also the Maker loved her, and she was sort of considered the Maker's bride, and basically she was getting all of the attention, and he was sort of left in the background, so he betrayed her to the Tevinter Imperium, and that is how she was killed. He's basically the Judas figure in the Andraste story. Let's talk to Disciple Havard.
The bones of the world stretched towards the sky's embrace, veiled in white, like a bride greeting her groom. Of what do I speak?
Sounds like the mountains.
Yes. I carried Andraste's ashes out of Tevinter into the mountains to the east, where she could gaze ever into her Maker's sky. No more fitting a tomb than this could we find.
Havard was another disciple of Andraste's, and as he says, he's the one who carried her ashes. It's his story whereby the legend of the ashes being a miraculous healing relic comes from. Supposedly he was mortally wounded in the battle that ensued after Andraste's death, but he touched her ashes and was healed and was able to carry them back to her homeland and put them in these mountains. So yeah, let us talk to Disciple Cather.
No man has seen it, but all men know it. Lighter than air, sharper than any sword.
You're very blurry.
Comes from nothing, but will fell the strongest armies. Of what do I speak?
Hunger.
Yes, hunger was the weapon used against the wicked men of the Tevinter Imperium. The Maker kindled the sun's flame, scorching the land. Their crops failed, and their armies could not march. Then he opened the heavens and bade the waters flow, and washed away their filth. I am Cather, disciple of Andraste and commander of her armies. I saw these things done, and knew the Maker smiled on us.
I'm glad he's happy about something. Everyone else is pretty sad. Let's talk to Archon Hysarion, then.
She wields the broken sword, and separates true kings from tyrants. Of what do I speak?
Mercy.
Yes, I could not bear the sight of Andraste's suffering, and Mercy bade me end her life. I am the penitent sinner, who shows compassion as he hopes compassion will be shown to him.
Alright, looks like we did it and opened the door, and also Alistair leveled. Good job, Alistair. Good man. Let's go ahead. Sure. Let's see here. Death blow. Might be good. Assault. That's a sustained. That needs 26 dex. I don't have anything near that. That's a passive, though. Each time the warrior fells an enemy, the end of the battle seems closer at hand, restoring a portion of the warrior's stamina. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. We'll take it. Uh-oh. It's Jowan. Awesome. Awesome blossom.
Had fun with the riddle game?
Oh, dear. You're not Jowan.
I didn't think I'd fool you. But am I really a spirit? Or is all this in your mind?
Don't
Are
even.
you in the Fade, perhaps? Honestly, I don't know. I am part of the Gauntlet. I am Jowan. I am you. All these statements are true.
Oh, jeez. And what is your purpose here?
To speak to you and to offer advice.
Okay.
You have wondered many times if what happened to me was your doing. Perhaps things would be different if you had not gone to Irving. But it is too easy to obsess over what if and what could have been. These thoughts will eat away at you if you let them. Forgive yourself, just as I have forgiven you.
Wow.
I have something for you. Use it well. It makes me happy, knowing you will be the mage that I never could.
Well, I hope that's true. What did he give me? I think, yeah, give me Reflection, which is +1 Constitution, +15% to healing effects received. Which is okay, I guess. It's more of a tanky thing. Alistair would probably make good use of it, actually. Yeah, let's actually do that. Win. Sure. Sure. These would be good. Andraste's arrows interrupt spell casting. Why not use some arrows? Okay, great. Well, I think this is probably a good point to stop, so let's end it here. As always, if you like what you see, please like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next episode. Later!